topic is interview. So what do we all are different places, different times of our life. We people have heard or faced interviews, heard the name of the heard the word interview, or we have faced interviews. So what is actually an interview? Generally, an interview is when specifically for to get a job or to get an admission to a college, when an interview is taken by the interviewer. So there can be one single person or there can be a panel of people sitting together to take an interview. So we will discuss about interview in detail. Let's first see what are the learning outcomes, means what the learner is going to gain after attending this class on interview. Means the learner will be able to define what an interview is and explain the key components, means what are the important things that are included in an interview. Then the learner will be able to articulate the purpose of an interview, means why an interview is conducted or why an interview is attended. That what are the various purposes of an interview. Then it would highlight the importance of interview in gathering information and assessing candidates. Means the learner will be able to know that how what is the importance of an interview, means gathering information and knowing about the candidates. Then the learner will be able to identify and describe different types of interviews. Means there are different types of interviews, that is structured interview, unstructured interview, personal interviews, job interviews and exit interviews and many more. So the learner will be able to identify that what are the different types of interviews. Then he would be able to explain the do's and the don'ts. He would be able to understand and to explain what are the do's and don'ts which should be followed while giving an interview. So our today's table of contents is, what means table of contents means what are the things we are going to discuss, what are the things we are going to explain in detail. That is the meaning of an interview, then the purpose of an interview, importance of an interview, types of an interview, then do's and don'ts, means things that should be done and the things that should be avoided while appearing for an interview, and the conclusion, means the key takeaways. So let's begin with our class. First is, what is an interview? Interview is a structured conversation where the interviewer, he asks questions and the interviewer, he responds. Means an interview is conducted. Let's say, I'll give you an example. Like if an interview is conducted for a job, it's a job interview. So what happens first? A person, there are 2-3 steps. Means first a person applies for a job, then he shares his resume and the job application, and once the job application and the resume are selected, then a person is called for an interview. So the definition, means what the definition says is that it is a structured conversation. Means when a job interview is planned, it is already, it is most of the times it is structured, means it is decided beforehand that what will be the questions that will be asked and what will be the things that the interviewer wants to dig into and go into depth and find about the interviewee, and the questions are put forward and the interviewee, he answers to those questions as per his understanding. So now those questions, what is done is, like the questions are planned beforehand because it depends upon the nature of the interview, the type of the interview, the type of the interview, that what questions will be asked by the interviewers, or what is the information that they want to get from the interviewee. Now, what is the purpose? The purpose of an interview is to assess the qualifications, the skills, the experience, and suitability of the interviewee for the job. Let's say I am an interviewer and I want to look forward, means I want to make recruitments for my job, for a position in my company. So in such a case, I'll be asking questions, means I'll beforehand only I'll decide that what will be the questions that I want to raise to the interviewee, so that I can find out that what are his academic qualifications, that whether everything, the experience, the skills, and means like he has an in-depth knowledge of everything that he is putting forward or everything that he has exhibited in his resume. And then the most important thing is that what is the suitability of that candidate for the job in my company, that whether he is suitable for the job or not. So this is one of the most important purpose of interview. Then now, how does the process of interview follows? Means what is the process? The first is, like I told you, that first of all, the first step is the screening, and the screening means before that also means before additional to that, the first step is means before the interview. The first step is that when a job position is exhibited, then the concerned person or the interviewee, he applies, or a candidate, he applies for the job. And how does he apply for the job? By sharing his job application with attached resume, his resume, or his curriculum vitae, or his biodata, according to the requirement, because all these three things are as per the requirement. So the people means the candidate, he sends his job in a job application along with the resume. So after that, the company, whosoever the concerned, maybe the HR department or whosoever the concerned person is, he screens and he shortlists the persons whom they will be calling for the interview. Then after that comes the first step that has been mentioned here, the process of interview, that is the screening. So the screening can be through telephonic interview also. Means how we do the screening, we first talk the company, some HR department, some person from the HR department, he calls, means whosoever is responsible for this job, that person he calls the interviewee and he gets an idea about him, his requirements, whether he is ready for the job or whether he is ready to move to that place, what position he is looking for, what is the salary he is expecting. So these 4 or 5 questions, short questions, they are being asked in the telephonic interview. So that is the first step of screening. Means screening is done either on the basis of resume, or screening is done, the second screening is done on the basis of telephonic interview. Then is the first interview. Means once the telephonic interview is done, the person is selected on the basis, the candidate is selected on the basis of telephonic interview. Then the candidate is called for a face-to-face interview to the organization. So, or any particular position where the interviewers are held. So there the first interview means there would be a panel of people, there can be 2 people, there can be 4 people, means who are the interviewers, and they would conduct the interview. Then whatever the after the initial information which the interviewers require, if the candidate is selected on the basis of the first interview, then he is moved forward to the second. His name is moved forward to the second interview. The second interview generally in most of the companies is of the specialization. Means the panel of people who sit there, the panelists are basically from for specialization, means they are from some specific fields, and then they ask questions from the interview. They raise different types of questions, and the interviewee has to answer, and those questions, they assess and analyze. They assess the interviewee on different scales. Then after, once the interviewee has been selected in the second interview, then his application is moved forward for the third and the final round of the interview. Generally, the companies, they have 3 interviews. Some companies, they have 4 interviews also. So I'll tell you in detail about 3 interviews and the 4 interviews also. So the third step of the interview, that is with the HR department. So the HR department, what does the HR department do? The personnel, the person on the key position or the person allocated for the job in the HR department, he discusses about the salary, and he tells about the all the do's and don'ts of the company. Means he tells in detail about the rules and the regulations to the interviewee. So once that is also decided, then the fourth interview, which is there in some of the companies, organizations, the fourth interview is a part of the interview session and interview activity, or sometimes that is done at some other level, and that the fourth interview is the meeting with the head of the organization. So that entirely depends upon the policy of the company, that how they decide upon it. Means that is that can be one-to-one of the candidate and the head of the organization, or any person on the key position, maybe the person handling that organization at that level, means the GM or the CEO, that depends. So whosoever is the highest authority of the organization at that place. So the interviewee, he has we can say a small interview or a small discussion or face-to-face with the head of the organization. So the fourth type of the fourth step of the interview that depends upon company to company. Sometimes it is a part of the interview process only, and sometimes it is like, say, at some other time, maybe in a group or maybe individually, there would be one-to-one with the head or the person in charge of that organization or that branch or whatsoever. So after the process, I hope that the process of interview is clear to you. Now we will come to the different types of interviews. So let's first see what are the different types of interviews, and then we'll discuss those different types of interviews in detail. First is structured interview, then unstructured interview, then we have stress interview, one-to-one interview, panel interview, telephonic interview, video interview, and depth interview, and open call interview. So these are different types of interviews which are implied by different people, different organizations, as per the requirement of their companies. So let's see all of them in detail. Now, structured interview. It is the traditional form of interview, and in this form, like the candidate, what the candidate has to do is that the candidate sits in front of an interviewer panel, means a panel where there can be, depending upon the policy of the company, there can be 4, 5, 6 people, or there can be 1, 2, or 3 people. That depends from company to company. So we sit in front of the interviewer, and the questions are asked from the interviewee, and he has to respond to the answers. Most of the times the questions are general, and they are generally to dig into the qualifications, the experience, the skills of the candidate. So they even help the interviewer to know that whether the candidate is fit for their company or not, and means to compare the responses and to choose the best. Means means they go through, they question on the qualifications, on the abilities, on the skills, experience of the candidates, and sometimes there are a number of interviews lined up, and so the candidate, the interviewer has the liberty to choose the best out of the lot. So structured interview, the name has been given because it is pre-decided. Most of the times, what are the questions, what will be the environment, who will be the panelists, so everything is decided, and the number of candidates, and according to that only, who will be the first, who will be the second, all is pre-decided, means all is put into a proper structure. That is why it is called a structured interview. Then the next is unstructured interview. Now it is just like the opposite of the structured interview. It is free flowing. That means it can be like it is free flowing in the sense that in this no particular questions are asked. Means free flowing means the questions which come to the mind of the interviewer, he simply asks the question. This is it is also known as informal interview, and generally the questions are asked which are related to the what the interviewer wants to know. Means there is no set idea, there are no set questions, but the interviewer has a definite idea in mind that what kind of questions he want to ask from the interviewer, and generally these questions are made and asked during the interview itself. Means these questions, they are free flowing, means then they can change according to the response of the interviewer, means what kind of response the interviewer is giving. Means what is his response, means what questions, the way he answers the questions, in the same manner the way he answers the questions, according to that the questions can flow according to his answers. So the third type of interview is the stress interview. Means the stress interview is in which the candidate is put under stressful conditions. Means he's put under certain conditions where, means he's given certain situations, means some stressful situations. He means a picture is drawn of some stressful situation, some difficult situation, and then the candidate is asked to answer the questions. Means that what he's going to do, that I can give you an example, like if there is an emergency, means there is I can recall a question from an interview which was for an IAS candidate, and he was asked a question that if suddenly at 3 o'clock at night, 3 a.m. at night, you come to know that there is riots and violence in the city, so what would be your first step? So this is a kind of question which means a stressful situation is given, because it is the night time, the person cannot discuss, means the candidate, means whosoever, means if the candidate when he is asked the question, then he knows that he cannot contact anybody in this situation, because if it is daytime, he can ask somebody, he can seek for guidance, he can discuss with anybody, but in such situations he cannot discuss, and immediately he has to take an action. So the response of the candidate would describe a lot about his presence of mind, his activeness, his sharpness, his ability to work in stressful conditions, and his ability to take actions, and that to correct actions. So this was just one of an example of stress interview. So a situation is created and the candidate is being asked to take an action in such a situation. So that is called stress interview. Now here I have mentioned certain questions, some questions of this stress interview, that is, I don't think you are qualified. Now this is second thing. That was one example I had given you. Now the questions which can be asked means I don't think you are qualified for this job. Why should I hire you? So now this is the question which the candidate would immediately be in stress, or the candidate would immediately come to the negative mode. That means what kind of question questions. This means immediately his mental his mental will be means it will be like he will be in stress, and it will go towards negative aspect. That means if a person is asking such a question, that means he is not interested to hire me. So that would be a stressful condition. Now, what is your biggest regret? Means people are generally, when they are preparing, the candidates, when they are preparing for the interview, they generally they generally focus on their strengths. But what is your biggest regret? So that is also a question which can put the candidate in dilemma, like what to answer. And these kind of questions means the candidates are generally not prepared. So next question is, how do you deal with stress on the job? Means if with stress on the job, means if there are certain stressful conditions, means if we have to meet the requirements, or if we have to dispatch some goods on a particular time, we have to match the time limit. The time is small, and the consignment, we can say, or we can say that the orders, that depends upon the organization, means we have to meet the expectations and the time limit of our customers. Then what will you do? So these are the questions which put a person into stress. And what are your biggest weaknesses? Like, yes, this kind of question the candidates are prepared with. Then why should we hire you? Now this is again one question which is asked, that why should we hire you? What are your means? In this, the candidate has to tell about his importance, about his qualities, his qualifications. Then why haven't you achieved more in your career? Means why haven't you achieved more in your career? So these are certain questions which put the candidate in stress, and then how he can maintain his mental balance, how he maintains his positivity, and he's able to answer. So this is the basic objective of this stress interview. Now, one-to-one interview, that is, it is again a general kind of an interview. In this one-to-one interaction is between the interviewer and the interviewee, and this is like a formal discussion, and it takes place face to face, and the interviewer asks general and technical questions to check the suitability of the candidate, whether the candidate is suitable or not. And this is an example, like one-to-one interview is generally, most of the organizations, they employ this form of interview when let's say the person on a higher designation, let's say it is a general manager, it's the CEO, or if the organization is of small construction, then it can be the owner or the head of the organization also, when he has one-to-one interview with the candidate. Like I can give you an example of the academic field, that when a person is recruited in an organization, then the principal or the director of that particular organization, he would have a one-to-one interaction with the candidate. So that is called one-to-one interview. Now our next category is about the panel interview. Means a panel interview is known as a board interview. That means these interviews, they take place between a candidate and a panel of members. Means when more than one person is sitting in for the interview, means when the number of interviewers is more. Now this is also like in big organizations, this panel interview is very common, because these panel interviews, they have a particular motive, and one of the most important motive is that, means there are different people who are sitting in the panel. Means one would be some person on the key position in the organization, then one person who is worldly wise, then one person would be to assess the body language, the attire, the expression, the impression of the interviewer, interviewee, and then one person would be there to related to the subject, means one or two people who would be related to the subject, means the subject for which they are hiring, or the subject for which the interviewee is giving interview, means what is the specialization, the field of specialization of the interviewee. And then there would be some people from the technical background also. So these all constitute a panel of 5, 6, 7 people. That depends that depends on the organization, and these people, they sit to monitor the interviewee from all angles, from all respects. Maybe 1, 2, 3 questions are being asked by all of them, and they assess and they give marks according to their assessment. Means it is already decided that what will be the key points on which the interviewee will be assessed, and they give marks according to that. And then according to the total of the marks which the interviewee gets, according to the total, based on those marks, the interviewee is selected for the next round. So this is panel interview, and it is very commonly implied or utilized in organizations which are big, means which are a big construction. So such organizations, these big organizations, panel interview is used. The technique of panel interview is used. So now we come to the next one, that is telephonic interview. Now telephonic interview, this is the initial this is the initial step, means this telephonic interview is conducted to first screen. Generally it is to screen the candidates for interview round, means before calling the interviewee to the organization or any place decided by the organization for the interview, this first initial step is the telephonic interview, to get a feel of the requirement of the interviewee, means whether the interviewee is ready to give ready for the position, for the salary, and ready to move if the location is different. So or whether the one more question is like it is offline or online, what would he prefer? So all these kinds, and some idea about the salary also. So this is the first is telephonic interview. So telephonic interviews are for two purposes. First is telephonic interview can be conducted for screening purpose also, means as an initial step to the interview, or it can be like when the interviews are conducted for far off places, means some people, some companies, they have adopted telephonic interviews and video interviews as their basic form of conducting interview, because that saves the time and that saves the money also. Time of the interviewers also and interviewee also, because sitting at home from any place, the interviewees, interviewers, they can connect on phone, conference calling can be done, and they can take the interview. Then second thing is it saves time also, it saves energy also, and it saves means it is economical in other aspects also, means people don't have to travel, people don't have to dress up, means sitting in their offices or sitting at home, these kind of telephonic interviews can be conducted. So the next form of interview is video interview. So we have already discussed, like I had already given you an idea, like telephonic interview and the video interview. Means this telephonic interview is this video interview is, again, it is the newest form that through conference calling, through video calling, video conferencing, all the people, means the interviewee and the interviewer, whether there is one interviewer or more, they all can connect and they can talk to the they can question they can conduct the interview through video conferencing. So there they can ask questions, they can judge the response of the interview, means all whatever can be done in face-to-face interview, everything can be done through video conferencing also. So again, there are a lot of benefits. It saves time. Nobody has to come to a particular location to give interview and to take interview. Then the person doesn't have to get ready for the interview specifically, means properly dressed up. Okay, the interviewee would definitely dress up formally and sit in front of the camera, but like still it saves time also, energy also, fuel also, and the cost of interview also, because when the person calls or organizes, and when a company or an organization it conducts an interview, then he has to call the interviewees also and the interviewers also, and then like there is arrangement of water, there is arrangement of refreshments, tea, coffee, everything. So it saves that formality and money also. So it is more convenient. It is more convenient, and it is very convenient for the people who are sitting at different places. Means the people sitting across the continents also, means they can connect, they can be hired, and they can be given jobs. So our next form of interview is depth interview, means when the interview, as the name reflects, depth interview means when the interview is conducted to judge the person in depth, means to find about to discover details about a candidate, means when questions are asked to get the detailed information about the candidate, that is called depth interviews. So here the questions regarding the person's life history, the candidate's life history, his academic qualifications, his interests, hobbies, professional work experience, and other things also, means his suitability for the organization, his approach, everything is asked, and the person is also given certain situations, and he is asked to answer like what he would do if he is put into a certain if he gets into a certain situation. So such kind of interviews are depth interviews. There are certain companies that require those such kind of interviews, and they are conducted. Now, depth interviews, the questions can be some examples of the questions, like what initially drew you to this field, work or project, means there are the questions. Then what means why were you motivated to come to this field or to come to do this work? So what are your core values, and how do they guide your decisions? Mean what are your core? So the person has to be very, very particular, means the core values, means what are the values that he can highlight about himself, and then how they are helpful, means how they are helpful in taking decisions in his work. Or the question can be asked, means how would your values benefit our organization? So these kind of questions, means a person is put into a particular situation and he has to answer the questions. Like first is what initially drew you to this project or to this field. Now here the person, means sometimes it is by chance, or sometimes when a person is in a dire need of a job, he just gets into any work that he because if a person is dire need of job, he grabs the first job he gets. So when such a question is asked, that what initially drew you, so he gets into a dilemma that what to answer. Means what will he say, that he was in dire need of job and without thinking he just got into this field, and slowly and gradually he gathered interest and he thought of continuing his career into this field. So but these kind of questions, they need to be answered very tactfully. Now, what are your long-term career aspirations? then these kind of questions the person has to answer. What gives you life, what gives your life meaning and purpose? Okay, and then can you describe a pivotal moment that shaped your worldview? So these are certain questions which the people are not prepared with, and but they tell a lot about the person. So such questions these days we have different, we can take we can take professional help to prepare for interviews, and those people they have these kind of questions and they prepare candidates for all these kinds of questions. So otherwise on net also we can find these questions, and the candidates, they can prepare themselves for these kind of questions. So I hope the learners, they are able to understand, because I am trying to explain everything in detail about the interviews, the different types of interviews we are doing, and we are discussing, and means each type of interview I am trying to give examples so that it is clear to the learners. Now, open call interviews. Open call interviews means they are most commonly known as walk-in interviews. Means open call interviews are means the word walk-in interview is more famous. That is any time. Means the person doesn't need to, a candidate doesn't need to place his resume first and the job application. He can just simply carry his resume and job application, and he can walk in to the interview wherever the interviews are being conducted. So these open interviews, they are most common, they are very common, because these type of interviews are for these type of interviews are for the seasonal or temporary job roles. So they are beneficial for the company, and the company means doesn't take a lot of time beforehand to advertise or to send a word across in the market that there is requirement, like they are conducting interviews. No, it is like they are online or in newspaper 1 or 2 days prior, and anybody can walk in and they can take part in that interview. So these are open call interviews, and sometimes it's not that they are always temporary. Means if the person is appealing or he is suitable for the company might even continue further with his recruitment or with his appointment in the job. They can change from temporary to permanent position also. So now there are some more types. Means all the important and the common types of interviews we have discussed in detail, but there are some more types of interviews, that is the job interview. So these were all different types of job interviews that we have discussed. Now means they are generally to evaluate the potential of the employees. Now the second type of interviews can be academic interviews. Means all the different types of job interviews we people have discussed. Now academic interviews are to assess the candidates or the students for admission or for scholarship. So these interviews are conducted when some scholarship is being offered to the candidate, to the student. So before that, means to judge the candidate suitability for scholarship, such kind of interviews are conducted. And with such kind of interviews, academic interviews are also conducted for admission. Means when a student comes for the admission, then also he is being assessed. So these are these academic interviews, they can adopt any form, like any form which we have discussed. They can in-depth panel interviews, or whatever kind of interviews. Means any form of type of interviews that we have discussed just now, they can take any form. They can be conducted in any form. Then we have informational interviews. Informational interviews are to gather information about means like when when we go to the visa office, their informational interviews are conducted, because they want to gather complete information that why you want visa, for what reason, what is your background. Means you don't have any intention to take the visa and to settle in the other country. So that kind of informational interviews are there. Now means gather information about a field or industry. Then we have exit interview. These are very common these days, means they are a form of gathering feedback when an employee leaves and is leaving an organization. So such kind of exit interviews are done. So that means they give feedback. So they gather, means this, the purpose of the organization is to get the feedback about different things, to find out the reason that why the interviewee is why the candidate is exiting. And on the basis of the feedback and the information gathered from the interviewee, the company or the organization can make changes for betterment for the organization also and for the other employees also. Now, research interviews. Now, research interviews are they collect data. They collect data for academic or market research. Means like we can say that and a good example of these research interviews are like before launching a company, or let's say I want to open a school. I want to take a franchisee and establish a school in my city. Then before that, I can go in for a research interview. That means I can draft a form and I can circulate it among people, and finding out the needs, means what are their needs, means what kind of schools they would like their children to attend, and what will be the things that they want a school should have. So this kind of, getting an idea, then I can decide like what kind of a school I would like to establish, and then whether it should be a franchisee or whether it should be my own school, means my own school, or it can be like what are the things that need to be incorporated, means what people look forward towards in a school. So this kind of research interviews can be conducted. Then another thing is like research interviews are also conducted like when a candidate is a research candidate, he needs to get some information regarding his research. So then also he can go to the people, like he can, if somebody has to find out about if a research candidate, means if a candidate is researching upon the savings of a person, then he can go to the bank, and from the bank employees he can conduct an interview, and he can find out like how much is the savings, how the people save, what is the appropriate percentage or the proportion of the salary that the people want to save. So these kind of questions can be asked in such interviews. So here we have discussed all about the interviews. I hope you people have been able to understand. Now I will shift to the next part of my presentation, that is structure of an interview. Now in my class, this is the next topic, that is structure of an interview. So what is the structure of an interview? That is, first is the introduction, means the interview first of all, they are interested to know about the interviewee, means it can be the interviewee is first asked, means it can be there can be two ways. First of all, the interviewer, he can introduce about his company, he explains about the interview's purpose and structure, or otherwise the interviewer can simply ask the interviewee to introduce himself, and in that the interviewee, he has to tell about his name, his qualifications, and where he belongs to, and why he has applied for that particular job. So that has to be something very brief, which the interviewee will speak out, because there should be a scope for the interviewer to further ask questions. So the introduction has to be short, and it has to be sweet and informative. So it can be, this introduction can be, as I am repeating again, it can be in two ways: the interviewer introducing about the company and the purpose and the structure. the purpose of the interview and the structure means what would be asked, means like there will be 4 sessions or there will be 2 sessions, like all about the interview. So first thing is about the interview. Introduction is from the end of the at the end of the interview. Then second is the introduction at the end of the interview, means what information the interviewee is going to give, means when he introduces himself. Then the next is the background information. That means the interviewee provides an overview of the background and his qualifications. Means the interviewee has to tell all about his background, means his qualifications, where he belongs to, what is his experience, what are his skills, everything. And means he is asked questions and he has to answer to those questions. And those questions are generally based about the background, his skills, his abilities and his suitability. Means questions and answers, means main part of the interview where questions are asked and answered. Generally the questions are asked by the interviewers panel and the answers are given by the interviewee. Then we have the conclusion, that is interviewer wraps up, provides next steps and answers any questions. Means that is the concluding part, is the one where the interviewee is given the freedom to ask questions. Means he can ask questions like if he has any inquisitiveness or if he has any questions regarding the job profile or the company, then he has the freedom to ask questions. So the interviewer in the concluding part, he wraps up the interviewer, and he provides the next steps also. Means next you will have to do this, or next step would be this, and if the interviewee has any questions, then he can put forward. So this is how the interview is structured. Now the next is selection and recruitment. Means this helps employees select the best candidate. Means there are different process, means lot of questions are asked, then like in-depth questions are asked, then check the suitability of the interviewee. So there are different questions are asked and the selection is made on the basis of those questions, and the recruitment means like the best candidate is recruited. Then information gathering, means it provides valuable insights for research. Means a lot of information, means the person who is the interviewer, sorry, not the interviewee, the interviewer, he asks questions from the interviewee and he jots down and makes notes with him. So these notes are valuable insights for further which can be used in further for further research also, and in future also. If the candidate is selected, then that information can be useful. Then decision making, means decision making is all the kinds of questions and the information that is gathered. It helps the interviewers to make decision about the candidate, means whether the candidate is in making informed whether the candidate is suitable for hiring. So that is it. That means it assists in making informed decisions for admissions, hiring, promotions, etc. Means all kind of decisions, means whatever the purpose of the interview is, whether it is for hiring a person or whether it is for admissions or it is for promotions, whatever the reason is, means that these all questions, they help in the decision making. Now, what is the importance of interviews? Now, after in this, when we are talking about interviews, our next step is to find out about the importance of interviews. Means an interview, it is a series of questions. This we have understood by now, that it is a series of questions question to understand the professional and the educational background of the candidate. Means the education, means there are different questions are raised from different angles to check the professional, to check and to understand the professional and the educational qualifications of the candidate, to know a lot about the candidate. It gives an idea about the candidate's personality, his skills, his abilities, his nature, his technical qualifications, all of the to the employer. Means he comes to know about all these things, and then he can decide, means what is the attitude, whether the candidate is positive or the candidate is negative, means whether it is optimism or his approach is optimistic or his approach is pessimistic, means whether he will be able to coordinate, and he will be able to coordinate with his means with his with the other members of the organization or with his colleagues or not, whether the candidate will be able to take action in stressful situations, will he be able to work under stress or not. So these all kind of information a person gets through interview. Now, why interviews are required? So again, the same thing, that what is the importance of interview. So first of all, it helps to verify the precision of the provided facts and data by the candidate. Means this is the one of the most important aspect of an interview. Means when the interviewee, means when he comes for the interview, then on the spot the verification can be done of all his academic qualifications, means the testimonials, the certificates, they can be checked and they can be verified, and all his means experience certificates, his other, means whatever other documents or testimonials he is providing, so all of them can be checked. Means even some of the companies, they there and then, when the candidate is giving an interview, there and then they check with the previous company, the owner or some head of the previous company, to gather more information about the candidate. So the verification process can be done, all the facts and data can be verified and checked. So this is one of the most important requirement of an interview. Then the second is the interview not only assesses a candidate's skills, but also checks their suitability for the job. Means the skills and the suitability for the job. Means these days, when I can give you an example to explain this point, that is, these days when new recruitments are made, means new recruitment means the recruitment for the fresh candidates are made. Then these candidates, they are just out of the college without any experience, so they are being like some group discussions or some presentations, they are asked to give a presentation. So to give a presentation means to tell about themselves in a 2-minute presentation. So that is also very common these days. Means the candidate has to make a PPT presentation, and then in front of the interviewer panel, he has to give that presentation. So that presentation, it checks the communication skills, the presentation skills, the body language, the verbal ability, and the presence of mind and the knowledge of a person. So all these things are checked in one go in that 2 minutes presentation. Then second thing is that most of the times these days, the companies, it's become a very common feature in reputed companies that they organize a GD session, and in the GD session they can, means in the GD session, during the discussion, the interviewers, they can assess the candidates' analytical powers, their critical thinking, their communication skills, their cooperation and coordination, and their means how they react in given situations. So all these things are judged in the physical interviews. Now, the interview provides the candidate with general facts and necessary descriptions about the job and the company. So the interview provides the candidate, means the interviewer. The interviewee also, he gets an idea about the facts and the description and the working pattern and the rules and regulations, everything about the job also and the company also. He can come to know, means he can ask questions. He can ask questions to the interviewers also, or otherwise he can ask question to the HR. He can clear all his doubts, get more information about the job, his job profile also, and the company also. So then next is the job descriptions are given. Job descriptions are given at the time of the interview, means the interviewer informs the company's expectations from them. Means the interviewers, they also tell about the companies, what are the company's expectations, means how they have to dress up, how they have to what are the timings they have to give. Plus, means this is something very general, this is informed, but apart from that, like how to meet the requirements of the customers or the clients, means what would be the protocol, what is the system, the pattern of working in the company. So all those questions, and what are the company's expectations, means that if it is a sales job, then the sales expectations, and if it is otherwise also. So all these kind of whatever are the expectations, all this are clarified during an interview. Now, importance of interview for job seekers. So now this is a special reference, means those were general, that was general importance of interview, means that was not only for the job seekers, it was also for academic people. Like when the students, they go to take an admission, then in interview only, during the interview only, they can find out about different, means they can find out about what is the system, what is the pattern, and what is the functioning of the college or of the institute organization. So now this is specifically, now we are going to specifically talk about the interviews for job seekers, means providing first point is it provides employment opportunity, means an interview provides, means first thing what I believe is, whatsoever, whether it is a telephonic conversation, telephonic interview, or it is a video conferencing interview, but what I feel is that face-to-face interview is the best, because interview, it gives an idea, means it gives an opportunity, means obviously telephonic interviews and video conferencing are equally important, but face-to-face interview also holds an important position. So but any form of interview, it provides an employment, it provides an opportunity of employment to the employee. Means again, the employee, the applicant has to present his views, he has to communicate his views, he has to tell his opinions and ideas to the employer about different things, and the employer would check the suitability, means whether the interviewee, he meets the requirements of the employment, whether what is the employment, and what are means whether he matches the desired requisites of the job. Then the second is develop confidence in candidates, means it develops a fresh job seeking candidates. What happens, means the candidates who are simply out of the college, they are fresh graduates, so they get they are for the first time when they are appearing for the interview, they get an idea about the interview, and but after attending one interview, after facing one interview, they faced, means if they face multiple interviews, they get a lot of idea, they automatically they develop confidence, and they can appear for many interviews. So the first interview, it gives, means interview, it gives it develops confidence in the candidates. Then it helps candidates to accept or reject the job. Means the job seeking candidates means they are provided with information about the job and the employer. Now they are also means they are well informed about the working pattern, about the company, about the requirements of the company, everything. So means the compensation, or no, not the compensation, the salary they would be getting, what will be the perks and everything. So they also have the freedom to whether to accept or to reject the job. So all the doubts of the candidate they can be cleared during an interview. Only whatever doubts they have, whatever they want to know, everything can be cleared. Then helps job seekers to increase contacts. Means when a job seeking person, when a person who's a fresh candidate, I refer to the person means it is the fresh job. So when these job seeking candidates, when they go for interviews, there they come across many people, they build rapport with people and exchange their numbers. Means it can be with the other candidates who have come to take an interview or go to give an interview, or it can be with any particular HR person or any other person of the company. They develop a rapport and their networking system starts functioning. Means they interact, they exchange information, and that can be that can be helpful to the candidate. Means they can build networking through that. Means once the information, means once the contact is made, the numbers are exchanged, the information is exchanged, the people come to know each other, then they can tell about other, means they can exchange information if there is any requirement or position in their company, job opportunity in their companies. So they can exchange, the people, means their networking pattern starts developing. Now, do's of an interview, means when we are talking about interview, it is not complete without talking about the do's and don'ts of an interview. So we are going to talk about the do's of an interview first, and then the don'ts of an interview. Do's of an interview means research the company. Means learn. Before going for an interview, the candidate should know a lot about the company. Means he should completely research about the company, where the company is located, what is the construction of the company, who is the owner, or who is the managing director or the CEO or the head of that company or institute. Means what is the construction of that company, hierarchy form, and how many employees are there in the company, what is the working pattern, what are the values, achievements of that company. So we need to know, the candidate needs to know about the complete company's history, the company's mission, the company's values, and the achievements. Then the second point is prepare your response. Prepare your response is practice answers. Means think of the common questions. Means thinking means they will not come to the mind. So we can take the candidates can take some professional help, or the candidates can search online also, and what are the common questions that are asked in an interview. And these days, means thanks to AI, means we can even find out like what are the field specific questions can also be asked, and we can get their answers also. So these questions, means common questions regarding their strengths, their weakness, their career goals, and means some specific questions. They can be means tell me why we should hire you, or tell me why you want to work with us or in our organization. So these kind of questions, means the candidate should research beforehand about the company also, and find out a number of commonly asked questions and field specific questions also, and they should practice and prepare for those questions. Prepare the answers for those questions. Now, dress dress appropriately means professional attire, means the attire which the candidate needs to wear for the interview should be in align either with what is the dress of the company means, like company's dress code, like wearing a business suit or wearing trousers and a formal shirt, or the ladies wearing a sari or a traditional suit or a proper suit. So whatever means, what I would suggest is, like a candidate should never ever go in informal attire, like wearing a jeans or a t-shirt, the ladies wearing a skirt or any long dress or something. So these kind of things should be avoided because they do not give a professional feel, and they show that the personal means the attire, it reflects the professionalism in the candidate. So next is arrive early. Arrive early means plan ahead. Means one person should never ever be late for an interview. Means being late, irregularity or non-punctuality, that is non-punctuality, lack of punctuality, it is a cardinal sin in a professional environment. Means the candidate, specifically when the candidate is going for an interview, means the candidate should always remember that first impression is the last impression, because if first time when a candidate is going to give an interview and he's late and his name has been called out and he's not present, and later on he's being called, that gives a very poor impression, because a person who cannot reach on time, then once he is appointed, what will be his condition? So this raises a question mark. So a candidate needs to arrive in time, means arrive 10 to 15 minutes prior, because once the candidate reaches the place of interview, he needs 10 or 15 minutes to understand, to compose himself, to calm, relax, and then means he needs some time before the interview. So that is something which the candidate needs to come 10 to 15 minutes prior to the allotted time. So after that is next is bring necessary documents. Means necessary documents means all the testimonials, or means the original copies of the certificates, the academic qualifications, your professional qualifications, and the work experience certificates, and what else, means the courses or whatever the person has done, means all those the originals should be carried. The candidate should carry the original, plus along with that, the candidate should carry extra copies, like extra copies of the resume, extra set of testimonials, professional, means all, whatever we are bringing, all the important documents. So the extra copies should be carried, because most of the times the company asks, means one set of copies is given to the interviewer panel, and like the HR would also like to keep one set. So generally 2 to 3 sets of copies should be carried for the interview. Then next is be polite and professional. Means proper manners, means address the interviewers respectfully. That means proper manners should be followed. Means be professional. Means the candidate has to be very polite, but not polite that it appears as if he lacks self-confidence. No, he has to be polite but assertive. Then he has to be professional. Means addressing the interviewers respectfully, not sitting before he's being asked to sit. Means shaking hands, but then that the shake should be firm. It should and making eye contact with the interviewers. Means if there is a condition where if the interviewers they raise forward their hands for shaking, then the interviewee can shake hands. But then that shake should be firm, and the eye contact should be maintained. Otherwise, the interviewer, when he enters, means seeking permission. The interviewee should seek permission before entering the room, and then he should keep standing until and unless he should wish everybody, greet the panel, and then wait for the panel to ask him to sit. So this is something which come under the mannerism, which should be adopted for an interview by the candidate. Then listen carefully means pay attention. Pay attention to all the questions that have been asked by the interviewers. Means active listening technique should be employed, and means the person should listen carefully, think and then respond to the questions. Means asking for clarification if you do not understand a question. This is something which should be avoided. Means never ever ask clarification. Means did you mean this or did you mean that? This kind of thing should not be there, right? So listen and, oh sorry, I missed it, oh sorry, I did not understand. These kind of expressions should be completely avoided for an interview, because they leave a poor impression on the panel. Then next is show enthusiasm, means express interest. Means whatever the questions are asked, means ask them, show interest and answer. Means genuine excitement about the role and the company. Means like person, the candidate should ask about like what would be his role, what he has to do in the company. Means he should be enthusiastic, he should be excited about his position, his role, and about the information about the company. Means discussing why you are excited about the opportunity. Means you can even tell that why the candidate is excited. Means what means he will be associated, like there can be a question why you are excited about this opportunity. So we can say that the candidate can answer that this company is a name. This company is a name. Like if a person gets a chance to work in Tata, TCS, then he can say that Tata is a name itself, or Reliance Industries is one of the leading most companies of India. So, or they are the companies, they are the world famous companies. So these kind of answers should be given by the candidate to show the enthusiasm and the interest in the company. Then the next is ask questions. Means ask proper, prepare your questions beforehand. Means whatever the question the candidate needs to ask, means he should ask the questions about his role, about his term, about the company culture, or what would be the increment, and what would be the tenure for being on the temporary position and confirmation. So all these things can be asked, and about the promotions also. So these all questions can be asked, but they need to be asked in the proper manner, in a polite manner, and they should be prepared beforehand, because at random if we ask questions there are chances of making mistake. So and these questions should be prepared carefully also, because the chance of interview will be only once, it will not be repeated. Next is follow-up. Follow-up should always be done by a thank you email. Means after the interview, the candidate within 24 hours he needs to express appreciation, show gratitude. He should send a follow-up mail to the company, like thanking the interviewer for the time and reiterating your interest. Means 2 or 3 things should be there. Means or the HR, whichever email the candidate has, means thanking for giving the opportunity, and he can also mention, means show his interest once again, talk about his interest in the company. So how he would be like interested to work in that company if he is given an opportunity, and one like he would be waiting for the results. So this kind of follow-up mail should always be sent. This is an element of professionalism. Now we come to the do's of an interview. Means what are the do's and don'ts of an interview? That is, do's means what we should not. Do's we have already discussed. Now the don'ts of an interview means the things that we should not do in for the interview. Don't be late. So this is something which needs to be highlighted. Means arriving late, it suggests lack of punctuality. So I had pointed out towards this, that lack of punctuality, missing the interview time due to poor planning, this is a cardinal sin in professionalism, because the panel would think that the person who, the candidate who is interested to get a job, or maybe he is in need to get a job, if he cannot come for the interview on time, he would never be on time for the work. So it leaves a very poor impression on the interview panel. So never ever be late. Then don't be unprepared. Means don't be unprepared for the interview. Means prepare yourself properly for the interview. That is, prepare in the sense, prepare yourself means all your documents, your file, everything should be ready beforehand. Means one day prior, night before going for the interview, one day prior at night or in the evening, please cross-check all the documents. Please cross-check your resume. Your file is ready with all the important documents in it. Your dress, whatever you want to wear for the, obviously it has to be a formal. So that is all ironed, kept aside, ready to be worn out. Then your alarm set, right? So, and you have checked the location. Means if the location is unknown, check on the GPS, get information from the people that how much would be the traveling time, and please schedule the time, plan your time in such a manner that you have enough time, means 15-20 minutes in hand to reach. Check on the conveyance also, what will be the mode of conveyance, how much time the conveyance would take. So all these come under the preparations. Revise your questions that you had prepared, revise the questions first. So all these are the things that the candidate needs to do before going for an interview. So be prepared. Don't be unprepared, means prepare for the interview in this manner. It's not only about the questions, there are other aspects also that need to be considered. Then research and preparation. Falling to research or prepare can show disinterest. Means it shows, means as I had mentioned, that failing to research or prepare, it shows disinterest. Means whether the person does not want to, that the person is not much interested in the job. Means the candidate who goes for an interview, he needs to find out, research on the company, find out about the company, and means what is the system, what is the pattern, what is the construction, everything about the company. So not knowing key details about the company, they show lack of interest. Then don't dress inappropriately. That means professional attire. This I had told in do's also, I had mentioned in do's also, that casual attire can signal a lack of professionalism. Means casual attire, wearing a midi or a long dress, or wearing a simple jeans and a t-shirt, all these things, they show casualness towards the profession. So the person who goes to give interview like that, it shows lack of professionalism, and today lack of professionalism is not entertained. So wearing the person needs to wear a proper pants or a trousers and a formal shirt, full sleeve shirt, and it has to be in light shade. Means preferably a light colored shirt and a black or a dark blue pants. And then for the ladies, the dress, the suit or the sari which they will be which they would wear for an interview, that, or a suit or a sari, whatever they wear, that should be light colored, properly dressed. Means it should not be gaudy, and they should avoid wearing any extra or eye-catchy jewelry, and the makeup should be very, very simple, or nude, because these days nude is very common. So don't speak negatively about past employers. Means Stay positive means positivity is something which is the need of the hour. Means positivism is positivity is appreciated by everybody, because if a person is negative, he will spread negativity. Means such people are not entertained in a company. No company wants people who keep on spreading negativity. So be positive, and being positive is that if the candidate doesn't need to, the candidate should not speak negative about anything, means about the previous employers, or if it is the first job, then if you have studied anywhere, about your college, about your school, or whatsoever. Never ever speak anything negative. Stay positive. Criticizing past employers can reflect poorly on you. Means it will, if it will reflect negatively on your part. So complaining about a former boss gives a negative impression. Don't lie or exaggerate. The key concept is be honest, because your organization or the job, means the organization or the job is the second home for the candidate. Means his first home, obviously his family is home. Second family and second home is the organization where he works, because a good 8 hours in a day he spends in his organization, where or his working place. So a person needs to be honest. Never ever speak false, because false information can lead to serious misconceptions. Means like serious consequences also, ill consequences also. Because if he exaggerates about any quality, if he exaggerates about his qualifications or his academic, slowly and gradually they will be reflected, they will come out. So because whatever, if we tell a lie, then we don't remember lies. Because so always speak truth, because truth, you don't need to record anything, keep anything in record. So honesty is the best policy. Don't lie or don't exaggerate anything. Then don't interrupt the interviewer. Means when respect the interviewers, means respect anybody's, we should always respect. This is a point of general mannerism, that we should respect everyone. Means we should respect when the interviewer is also speaking, we should not interrupt the interviewer. The candidate should not interrupt the interviewer in between and answer or start asking questions. Means even before the one should not speak before the question. If the interviewer is asking a question, then before the question is finished. So interrupting is disrespectful and unprofessional. So cutting out the interviewer is not correct. Now, don't use inappropriate language. Means professional. Means the interviewer should, the interviewee should always adopt professional language. Means avoid using jargons or unprofessional terms, like day-to-day language should be avoided. Means casual language, casual expressions, they all should be avoided. And a person should speak only to the point. Means whatever is asked. And the questions should be brief, concise and crisp. Okay, means and to the point. Means they should not be long. They should not exaggerate. That the candidate should not exaggerate on any particular point, that the interviewer has to say that okay, let's finish here. So this kind of thing should not be there. Then don't forget to turn off your phone. Means don't forget to turn off your phone. Means when the candidate goes for an interview, he should turn off his phone, because that would minimize any kind of distraction, because otherwise there are no distractions. Means a phone ringing in between when the interview is going on, it is actually irritating also, and it disrupts the interview process. Because when the phone rings, the interviewer, if he is asking questions, then he will be distracted. And if the interviewer is asking questions, he would be disrupted. And the interviewee, if he is giving an answer, he can lose his line of thought. So this kind of discussion should not be, this kind of disturbance should be avoided. So always either keep the phone outside or deposit or turn the phone off when going for an interview. Then don't be overly familiar, means maintain professionalism, means even if you know a person, if you know a person, means avoid being too casual. Even if you don't know, means if the candidate means if a sort of casual environment is created, then also the candidate he cannot adopt casual approach, because the casualness of the environment is created. It is created by the interviewers so that the interviewee is comfortable. So it is a decided thing. All right. It is not that by chance, like it has the environment has become very casual. No, even if the environment is casual, the candidate needs to maintain professionalism and he has to stick to his points, and no informal nicknames or casual language should be used. So here we come to the end of our class. That is the conclusion, means what are the key takeaways, means from this session we have understood like what an interview is, and what are the different types of interviews, and what is the importance of interviews. That means importance of interview, they means like interview is a crucial exercise for jobs, for job recruitments. Like interviews, they tell a lot about the person, means about the person's academic, professional, his qualifications, academic qualifications, his professional qualifications, his skills, his abilities, and most important, his suitability to the company. And on the other hand, the interviewee also gains a lot of information about the company, means the company, if he gets a job, the company he would be joining, he gets a lot of information about that. So in this we have also discussed about what are the do's of the, what are the things that we should do while preparing for an interview or going for an interview, and the things that should be avoided while giving an interview. So all those key points we have discussed. Now means follow guidelines to improve chances of success, means all these 4 guidelines should be followed so that the chances of success are enhanced. And provide positive impression and effective navigation of the interview process, means if the interview is, means going through this, learning through this, the candidate can leave a positive impression, and he can leave an effective, there can be an effective navigation of the interview process, means he can participate in an interview positively, effectively, and perfectly. So this is all about my today's presentation.